everybody hear me okay? Yes. My main talk shop Tom's going to help control the audio levels for us in the early going here to help us out here. But welcome to this great roundtable discussion about the law master, Raschke. If you don't already know me, my name is Midnight Guthrie, Captain Midnight Guthrie. We'll see me managing later tonight, but enough about me. This is their time to shine. So we got the great Raschke with us here. We've got Bob Roop, extraordinary wrestler Bob Roop. And Robin's own Thunderbolt Patterson, always. And also joining us in the Raschke, the Baron's wonderful daughter. And so, we're going to have a little discussion about the Baron's career, but really can go wherever you guys want to take it, because I know the Baron doesn't like to talk about himself too much. And if anyone has trouble hearing what we're saying, you can also ask him to repeat, or we'll try to talk from the microphones a little bit better. Immediately following our discussion about noon, we're going to have Jerry Briscoe and Jamie Geller do their podcast with Ron Anderson here in this room. So that we're the semi-new event for that. So maybe we're the pre-show now. I don't know. All right. So now, if you're not already aware of the Baron, before representing Germany, being a great evil Baron of the world, was an evil Nebraskan. I'm from Iowa, so that's what I think about Nebraska. Oh, yes. So, the Baron. Oh, big red! The Baron was an excellent English wrestler, state champ, Big 8 champ. You made the Olympics, but this out due to injury, correct? Due to the internet tactics of one of your amateur wrestling titles, is my understanding. Do you think, here at the Dan Naval Museum, you could beat Dave?
What?
Amateur wrestling.
Let's see, what size difference maybe or not.
I like that confidence, yeah. Yeah, that's what the size difference. What was your weight at amateur wrestling?
Okay. I usually weigh somewhere between 210 pounds to 230 pounds.
Okay.
Heavyweight.
Heavyweight, yes. Heavyweight, yes.
After I stopped being an amateur and got into the wrestling, pro wrestling profession, my weight zoomed up to mostly 270, as much as 325. Couldn't quite get up and down quite as fast. But anyway, very much.
So you were a pretty good dude. Now, when you were training to pro wrestle, you trained under Burner, correct?
I trained at Middle.
Yeah.
We wrestled each other. We explained what the difference is between amateur wrestling and professional wrestling. And slowly but surely, I started to catch on a little bit. The wrestling promotion between Wally Carbo and Bergania, they gave me a job to set up the ring and referee some of the matches in various towns. Carry the ring, pickup truck, and they're choosing to carry me out of start in the winter time in Minnesota. And a lot of times it started. Took about 3 hours to get started. It was anyway. Because I had to make the town with the ring, get it in the building, and set it up. Post, post, post. And of course, the flooring was between posts. And the canvas was at the top of the floor. And so anyway, there I was. And there's one of the wrestlers was looking down on me as I was tightening the turnbuckle under the thing, under the ring, and he says, "Oh, hey kid, so you're a college graduate?" Yeah. Anyway, it was probably one of the best parts of my learning experience, because by doing that, I knew how to set the ring, and I also got to be in the ring with wrestlers, and at the time, some of the greatest wrestlers in the world, professional wrestlers, were working out in Minnesota office. And so I'd be out there, and I would just get the feeling and know the rhythm of professional wrestling matches, and learn some things to do and some things not to do to make a match, an interesting match for the fan. And that's all to know about that.
What I wonder, you were prior wearing that as a referee, you were larger than some of the wrestlers in the ring sometimes. You were probably larger as a referee than some of the wrestlers in the ring, which is kind of a rare feat.
Yeah, I was fair size for a professional wrestler, not the biggest professional wrestler, and I wasn't the smallest.
For a guy that had officiated, I just don't understand, for the first 15 years of your career, you weren't very nice to the referees you were working with. Not very understanding.
I was mostly misunderstood for about 20 years, actually. And I don't get it. So, who I am.
Well, I can relate to that, honestly, very much so.
I was forbidden to understand that.
We have the great, so Bob Moose here. Bob is an outstanding professional wrestler. If you've not seen the footage, go see out some footage of Bob. He's heavily underrated. I think Bob is terrific. Bob, when was the first time you encountered the Baron in your travels in wrestling?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to pick this up. I'm kind of inarticulate and garbled. This thing I think might make it worse. So if you all hear me, I had the good fortune to meet the Baron. He hadn't been promoted to Baron yet, but in 1964, yeah, we're that old. We were both in the United States Army, and it was an Olympic year, and I was in Alaska, and I applied to be selected to be on the All-Army team that was going to go ahead and compete in a national amateur athletic tournament, and then the Olympic tryouts that summer to represent the Army. So I was able to come all the way from Alaska, which was really, Alaska was great, but for a lot of the year it was really cold, and I hung out with a local weather van. So I met Jim when there was a Baron, and from working out with him for 3 months, the year before, this was 1964, in 1963, the Baron, as Jim Raschke, was the first American, certainly heavyweight, but he was the second American to ever win a medal in Greco-Roman wrestling at the World Games. Because any of you who might wonder what's Greco-Roman wrestling, it's because we don't normally have it, like it's not at the high school level or at the college level. It's not a popular sport. What you normally see is called freestyle. Now, in the rest of the world, Greco-Roman is just as popular, in some cases even more popular than freestyle. It's what it is basically is you can't use your lower body to gain advantage. You can't like leg trip a guy, you can't attack below the waist. It's all upper body movement. Well, that's not how we worked out in our practices. We worked out freestyle and everything. We're working out with Mr. Raschke for 3 months. I did well enough that all I had behind me was a high school state championship. And I hadn't even wrestled for a couple of years of being in service. Working out with him for a couple of months. I did place in the National AAU. I think maybe I was 5th place. But I did well enough in that, and I wrestled in the Olympic trials. I wrestled to Jim, what should I call you? The Baron?
You can call me anything, but a lot of people call me.
My good buddy here, I mean, 60 years. He had not improved at all from working out with me. In fact, he probably got worse, but I had gotten much better. And also I knew his moves. So when we wrestled in the Olympic trials, we had a draw. Which was, I mean, he ended up in Greco-Roman. He won the Olympic trials in Greco-Roman that year. In freestyle, I wrestled a guy whose name was Larry Christoph, who won the freestyle Olympic trials. So Larry Christoph and Jim Raschke were the two heavyweights for the 1964 Olympic team. When I wrestled Christoph, he beat me 1-0. Well, his coach came up to me, and after the match, he says, "This is the shortest scholarship offer in the history of the world, as far as I know." The coach says, "I've never heard of you. Where did you wrestle? Where did you wrestle in college?" I said, "I haven't wrestled in college yet." He said, "You want a scholarship?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, I'll get in touch with you." I didn't even know his name. I didn't know what the school was. All I knew was that, all I knew that if you got for going back to college, after the service, you got 3 months early release. Anybody here that's been in service that didn't want to be, 3 months is an unbelievable amount of time, especially when you count down every minute for that last 3 months. So, my buddy, basically is the reason I'm sitting here, because from going to college, I went to the same college that this Larry Christoph I'm talking about went to. It was his coach who recruited me. And I went to that college because I figured I could work out with this Larry Christoph, which I did, not that much, because he'd already graduated. But I got the chance to work out with him, but a little bit when he was getting ready to go on the World Games teams. But it made me so much better that by 1968, I was able to win the Olympic trials for Greco-Roman heavyweight. But without him, he was the star. Without Jim, I wouldn't be sitting here. And I'm really happy. You know, maybe some of you are mad at him for that. Well, you mean if he hadn't done that, Luke wouldn't be here? Well, hell with that Raschke. Sorry. Yeah, so I looked, and we became friends. And we had a lot of fun as teammates. We had New York City to go to West Point. We were at West Point. That's where the All-Army team was, West Point. And that's about 50 miles from New York City. So on our weekends, we could, well, actually anytime, we were like civilians almost, because we were, as called detached service. We didn't have to wear uniforms anymore. We were almost like civilians.
It's so spit college, God actually said, don't wear your uniforms. Those cadets are really not. Like civilians.
Yeah. So yeah, 60 years of friendship, and I think, in fact, just to be even more specific, there used to be a member, we've since passed on, Tim Woods. His real name was Tim Wooden. And he was from Michigan State, where I grew up. He's Lansing, Michigan. And I actually worked for him one summer. After he graduated from college, he had a tree company. And my senior year in high school, he would come over and work out with me. And he made me a state champion to help make me. Well, Tim and Jim were both here in the Hall of Fame. And at that time, the members, the the people who have been inducted were the ones that picked for the upcoming class. So to be voted in by your peers is a real honor. And I have to believe that it was because Tim, I actually saw him at the Gulf Coast Wrestling Reunion the year before. He told me he was going to nominate me for the Hall of Fame. And I think with him and Jim together, when it came up, if Tim himself had said, I'd like to nominate Bob Root, and I said, well, okay, state champion, All-American, All-American National AU, and that maybe it wouldn't have done enough. Or maybe my pro career wouldn't have done enough. But I think with Tim and Tim both saying, yeah, we'd like, I think the other guys, like, I didn't know Butcher was Sean, or Mad Dog. I mean, not Butcher was Mad Dog. I didn't know Mad Dog. But for people like Mad Dog to say, okay, I think they took it on his stature and respect, and that also Tim Woods to say, okay, this Bob Root guy is eligible, we'll go for it. So I'm only saying that because I want to, when I talk about feeling grateful, I want to explain why. I told you the reason I'm sitting here, that's why. And so, yeah, we go back a ways. Have I gone on too long already?
I was going to say, for those who don't know, Tim Woods was Mr. Wrestling. Correct, guys? Tim Woods was Mr. Wrestling.
What?
Tim Woods was Mr. Wrestling.
Yeah,
Mr. Wrestling.
Yes.
Jimmy Carter's mother's favorite.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We all know.
Yeah, I should have told you that. Nobody knows who Tim Woods was, but yeah, Mr. Wrestling.
So Barry, I think you had a unique career in that after you trained with Vern, you went up to Montreal Canada, right? And you were immediately positioned pretty high on the card, correct?
Well, let's put it this way. I didn't just go up to Montreal. I was recruited by the guy. Part of my job was setting up the ring. I had to set it up at a TV studio, and I was still learning. Learning told me just go in the director's area where TV monitors all around the room. You got somebody in there saying, camera 2 over here, camera 3, anyway, that's what the whole show is running. And so doing, I get to see all the matches as the guys came up. They had to dress them downstairs, and I was in the room. Had light, all the TV sets throughout lights, so it was kind of lighted. It was actually dark. That was anyway. The door to the director's room was in the hallway of the elevator that brought the guys out to the basement and they dressed. And as they were being introduced, they would be saying things like, and here comes Larry Hennig. Yeah. And as they were announcing him, they give him some credits and jump in the ring and do whatever he did. And then Harley Race, his partner, and he jumped in the ring. And they'd all go by this door that was lighted, and I was in this dark room, not too well lighted, and they'd all go by and they'd jump in the ring. And the J. York glass and boom, and whoever. Anyway, I got to see all the wrestlers go by, and they never paid any attention to me because I was the new guy on the block, so I didn't know him. Anyway, so I was in that dark room, watching all that and carefully. And one day, somebody was starting to be announced, and as they were walking by that door, they stopped. And it was this really scary looking guy. And he said, "You've been a good servant." And Raschke, the announcer, was saying, "Hey, here comes Belladonna Grandson." Instead of anyway, he introduced that dog into the ring, and bing, bang, go, bang, go, go. He was a very active person. He was in and out. Anyway, he did that 1 week, the first week, and he did it the next week, same thing, he introduced and stopped at the door. "You make it a good job." You know, I didn't, I was kind of that shy. I was a little too aggressive from the press. So, the third time he did it again, and finally about the fourth time he did it, he finished saying, "You make a good servant." I said, "Well, yeah, sure." And nationality is mostly three-quarters of it. Anyway, we got to be friends that he was just coming into the territory, and he was making the TVs, and he'd go back to California where he was working. And the rest of the week he'd come back, and that's Saturday. And we started to work in the territory, and I was working, putting up the ring, all these towns, bigger towns too. I'd see him in the dressing room and start chatting out with me, you know. He had been on another Canada, and I got into something, actually didn't others, but I wanted to work with. Anyway, I'm almost over. Anyway, we had that common, both three Andersons, and he said, "I'm going back to my hometown, Montreal, Canada." I said, "Oh, that's good." Meanwhile, I just met my future wife, and we got married when we were 13. This was in the spring, and anyway, he asked me to go be his tag team partner, because there's a character up there named the Rougeos. And they were the top two French, Canadian wrestlers in all of Quebec and most of Canada. And Mad Dog was well known. He needed a partner, and I became his partner. And he suggested that he wanted to call me Baron Punk. I don't know. Anyway, I said, "Well, I read that own name, Raschke." So we said, Baron Punk. He made me a Baron Punk, and I kept Raschke. Pumpkin. Anyway, I was starting my career up there. My wife's together, had been my wife's group, maybe my first date. Carl Hildebrand was right, drunk, I wanted to get to Montreal, drive my red Mustang, and all of our lights belonging. My wife had a rubber tree plant. I had a rubber tree plant. We were both Lutheran. She was a different brand than I was. That worked out too. Anyway, we got married. She told her mother that we were going to move to Montreal. Her mom said, "Oh, honey, don't do that." Anyway, I didn't listen. Anyway, off we went. And that's why we came. Baron on Raschke. The Mad Dog, who was old and tremendous. Was the exact opposite of the Russo brothers, was he had a great reputation having represented Canada in public, and also being a street fighter. He was a tough guy. He had a great reputation, and he was very popular. So anyway, got up there, and first match was at the Paulso Bay Arena in Montreal. And I walked out. Mad Dog's. I walked out of Mad Dog's park. And he had, the crowd was excited. He was their kind of guy that they hated against the Rouge. Every time we met another time. But he came out with me. He was not real tall. And I was quite tall. So we had smaller guy and a different guy. So it was different in a way. Whatever it was, it worked. And they were booming, and roars around. So we both jumped into the ring, and the action started pretty quickly after that. And I became very non-Raschke. The rest is history. I'm getting that.
Your lovely wife, Bonnie, and I've often wondered, so with Bonnie and the kids, the family moving with you from Montreal to Indianapolis, Minnesota, Carolinas, I've often wondered, when you moved into the neighborhoods, did you have to smarten the neighbors up, or did they think, wait a minute, our neighbor seems so nice, but I've seen him on TV and he's a whole different person. How was that transition for you?
I'll tell you. First of all, this island was born in the suburb of Montreal. And anyway, she traveled with her mom. So we got there, of course.
Well, when you moved to these different territories and literally moved into the neighborhoods, how was the transition for you just as a civilian with your neighbors who saw you as, I assume, a nice neighbor, but they knew you on TV as such an evil guy, and not everybody was smartened up all the time, so how did that transition go?
I'll give you one example. This is out of Montreal. I was born while we were there, and this was not much problem when I was almost every day. I leave the house, and my wife made friends with the people in the apartment. So it wasn't much of a problem. Our next journey was to go to Toledo, Ohio, and we got a trailer, moving for a trailer. New trailer test, and anyway, we got to be friendly with the trailer one home. The young couple, he had a daughter. Their daughter, Heidi, friend, and as the relationship grew, I was still leaving early or coming back late. And you know, people noticed that. I carried a little black bag with all my gold, my tights, shoes, back and forth, take it on the road, get back to the trailer, and so the lady in the house next door said, "You trucks private. You want to go whether it was further or what?" So we wanted to know. Anyway, we're going to be friends. Turned out the next time I drove to Dallas, Texas. It's pretty good. We just went to church. Eventually the TV caught us. By the time we caught up, it must have figured we were on. Nobody bothered. We just slowly got to know people one time. Anyway, that's that.
So, Barry, you mentioned Texas, and as many people know, another great practitioner of the claw hold, Fritz von Erich. What is it about German wrestlers? Are you just genetically predisposed to be better at the claw hold, or how did that work out?
Not necessarily. Fritz used the claw, Antartini used the claw, I think Ken Winslow. There were people using the claw, but I've never seen anybody use the claw until I worked from the Dallas office or Chris on there, top guy. He used it. I never thought much about it. To me, I wasn't the rest of the I didn't know what it was. So, where was it? Yeah. While we were while I was still in, okay, having a moment. I still at Toledo Airport. We called Eddie Farhat, the St. Louis office, and Lester's father, Dr. She, who was running Michigan and Ohio. We called them and said they wanted somebody to wrestle he was the ex-world champion, and he was getting ready to wrestle for his championship back, and they needed somebody to come in And anyway, he put me into a match with AWA, and he was also the excellent amateur wrestler before this. He's from Australia, fall. And anyway, we got the ring and introduced. Well, let's see how this works. Okay, go to the Kiel Auditorium. We got there, and the dressing rooms were on a second level. So we went in there to go to the dressing room. And certain things in the car, one dressing room, here was the other dressing room, the other guys, the other guys. And to get to the ring, you have to go down the stairs, and I thought you had to go, I had to watch it that close. You take the guys in the other dressing room down the stairs, send them out to the ring. And our dressing room, people asked us to do, went down the same stairs, and I thought we were walking across the stage and going out over there, because I'd never seen the wrestlers come out of the same other towns, coming out of the same door. They always had a wrestler here. So anyway, they introduced me as former world champion, blah, 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 Australia. They introduced me. And as they were introduced me, they get ready to introduce me. They started introducing me, and I came down the steps, and I took a left turn, and I could walk off the curb, and I just walked through the curb, started walking across the stage. And it wasn't a stage, it was literally steps, and that and the other. And my son and his friend put on playoff, and I always told people that I ran into the home, but I was almost only a kid out there. Anyway, I got to the other side, while the exit side, went down the 3 or 4 steps to start to walk in, and everything. And coming from the dressing room, and just as they started mentioning my name, I opened the curtain and I started to walk out. From the other side, everybody else on both sides, and coming out that door, I was going to go out this door. I had on my long cape, and I kind of stuck my heel against it, made me slip and all stagger, and I almost fell right at the beginning, so I grabbed it. I had a little action up there. Maybe that. More I did, more they didn't like me. I don't know why. Still don't know why. But anyway, I got into the ring. That was the next wrestler. And it was still maybe. And we hooked up and we did this, that, the crowd was going crazy. Then eventually, that got me down. Anyway, it got me down on his feet, and got my leg, held it, and put something in his arm, and looking down, right at me, getting closer and closer. And I think Bob knows I'm quite impressive. Right? So, pumping my leg, and good tricks. Well, he did it. I don't know. But anyway. Finally said to me, put your hand on my head. Okay. So I go, bonk. And he grabbed my wrist, pulled it into his own hand. And all of a sudden he's pushing and turning, and he eventually straightened out, and pretty soon he was dragging me up, helping me get up from this position I was in. And for some reason, he tricked me. These guys trick you. Anyway, he tricked me. The next thing I knew, my car was being not quite as effective, and Mr. O'Connor was behind me, and slipping in the dreaded sleeper hole. Pretty soon, it got me going, got the blood in my carotid arteries, squeezed so tight, no oxygen was getting to the brain, and I slowly but down, and that was the beginning of the fall. So the next place I went, Indiana, and other promotions, and Pat O'Connor told the voters that they should encourage me to use the ball. That's where it started. Here we are.
Awesome. Well, what's Pat O'Connor coming up for that idea of the flyers?
Well, I have to thank you. Thank you for what you do with this day.
We have about 10 minutes left here to stay with us. I know he wants to just listen to the observer, and I mean, he looks flashy as can be. He's talking with his clothes right now. So, but I want to know, Baron, and actually, while I'm thinking about it, Thunderbolt will be receiving the key to the city later tonight at our Legends of Wrestling Night in Impact Pro Wrestling. Be sure to go out to the show and watch that. You can see some great wrestling action, see Thunderbolt get the key to the city, and probably see Captain Midnight probably get on a boat, but we'll see what happens there. But, so, Baron, when did you meet Thunderbolt Patterson? Where were you?
Where were you? Is that the video? No. We got two old guys up here trying to remember that. No. Oh, Texas. You know where Texas? Yeah, we were on a trip together. I was driving in a car. Oh. Worried, I don't know if it's in the same car or not. Anyway, we were wound up, and we were in a place that we go to a week or two, whatever it was. You know, way down south. Harley. And we go to the hotel where we're going to stay years and years, and we get out of the car. Some of the guys who got already gone in, and we got out of the car, and the lady who had turned out to be one of the owners of the hotel came out. He can't come in. He can't come in. And we didn't believe. I'll do the next actor. You take it.
We were just on
Wait. Just one more thing I want to say.
Yeah.
As we got up, we all rallied to whatever. Yeah, said to the lady, the other two, or whatever it was, he said, you know, I think I should maybe buy this place sometime, right? You were the cool answer. Anyway, we would stay there.
I had the opportunity to meet some of the greatest Raschke individuals. Individuals that spent their time in school, training, and learning the skill of Raschke. Raschke is one of the oldest folks to live, one of the greatest. And I came up in the streets, and I'm here today to support a friend of mine that I'm just putting in a little bit here. I'm on here, just sitting here for support to a wrestler. These two gentlemen here spent so much time giving me a trade ticket of being said all over the world. You can see it. It's all over the world that people love. And we understand that time changes, but you never, ever get away from the basics. And the basics is what the individuals make who they are. These individuals here, I consider as two of the best individuals that ever stepped to the right. And any given day, they ain't the one to fool. Are you understanding what I'm saying? We're talking about life. Real life. And we just happen to hook up with entertainment. What do you say?
That's it.
I mean, and we enjoy giving you what you like. That's it. We spend time learning what to do. And I'm just proud to be here and proud to have all y'all in my hometown representing. Take care, baby.
I love this band. This is energy infectious, folks.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. President, I would love it. They should have made you a meteorologist. You can get bad news about the weather. People are like, oh, I can't wait till it rains outside today. But I love that story, Barry, because that shows the brotherhood and solidarity of wrestlers, especially against different cultural circumstances at the time. And I love it too because we just happen to be up here with Mr. Patterson, Mr. Roop, who both were noted for sticking up for the boys throughout their career in wrestling and standing up for the rights of wrestling. So I applaud you guys for that, of course.
I'll get you later.
We have a couple more minutes. Barry, do you want to take a question from the audience, perhaps?
Sure.
Does anyone have anything they want to ask while you have an opportunity?
I want to hear about the match for Go For Your Eyes.
What?
The Go For Your Eyes.
Who wants to hear about the match, the Go For Your Eyes match?
Mad Dog.
Well,
Not quite.
On the fly. Anyway, contrast the French Canadian, the full German from Omaha. It clicked. The first night that we wrestled the team to the end of our group, and part of my story. Oh, well, we go to Chicoutimi, Quebec. It's the home of AWA aluminum. It's a mining town, way up north of the park, halfway up to the park outside of the city, up to Chicoutimi. And we go there, and we wrestling the top baby faces, people call anyway, the Rouge brothers, Jacques and John. And we go up there, and we start the match, and boom, 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 things happen. And once again, the audience is in a fever. They're just really misunderstanding what God and I were doing. And they were very, very angry at us, to us, whatever. And pretty soon, chairs were thrown in the ring. And the match was over, verdict was done, as Mad Dog and I were leaving the ring, we got our hands raised. We were in the ring. There was a riot, and they were coming after us. And Mad Dog had been in this situation many times. He was an old experienced guy. And as the crowd got closer and closer, he got trying to hit us and hit us, pull us down. He said, "Don't put it on, get on. Anyway, repeat that, I did it down. So I wasn't going to let anybody knock him down, but he said, "Go for the rise, go for the rise." And I said, I didn't say it, I just didn't do it. But it didn't sound right to me, go for the rise. But he did, and he got off of us. So, well, I was a little bit. We made it back to the dressing. And then the next night, we lived through that. Next night, we crossed we went from Chicoutimi to Rimouski on the other side of the Hudson River. There's a car on there and go across. Anyway, Rimouski, once again, we had our match, everything was going great, and then they got all upset again. They got upset again just because we won, fair and square. And they got upset. And here they come, and here I said, "Go for their eyes, go for their eyes." Well, all of a sudden, the chairs started flying in the ring. So, I think I got mixed up in the stories. My partner that night was Hans Schmidt, who didn't know either. So, but anyway, it works a little. They kept throwing these chairs in, and whoever my partner was at, it wasn't either the dog or the dog was responsible for something. Anyway, Schmidt said, "Pick up the chairs and put it over your head. Boom, bang, bang, boom, bang." Anyway, we were fighting our way out of it. And after it was all over, supported us for the way we went. But looking back in the ring as we leave, we saw these piles of chairs, looked like a pyramid. About a 10-foot high pyramid, all chairs. So that was it. I got my stories of Bruce. On ship was doing that time. After that, going from Gucci, I was in the car. And he stood off the road, he split his nose. Very good, but differently. Anyway, so on ship, who was also a Montreal, that it was my partner that night, but it was the same two people on the other side. Anyway, that's just a story. Riots. Go for it.
Thanks for the advice. I was using a chair to protect my head, so I'll try to remember that one in the future. So, hey, I want to thank you all for joining us here. Let's hear it for these three individuals. And let's hear it for Heidi.
We love you guys.
I'm here to say love. So, coming up right after this, we're going to transition over to JBL and Jerry Briscoe with us. I know he wants to just listen to the observer, and I mean, he looks flashy as can be. He's talking with his clothes right now. So, but I want to know, Baron. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, Thunderbolt will be receiving the key to the city later tonight at our Legends of Wrestling night at Impact Pro Wrestling. Be sure to come out to the show and watch that. You can see some great wrestling action. See Thunderbolt get the key to the city. And probably see Captain Midnight probably get on a boat. But we'll see what happens there. So, Baron, when did you meet Thunderbolt Patterson? Where were you?
What did we meet? What did we meet? Is that the video? No. We got two old guys up here trying to remember that. No. Oh, Texas. You were in Texas. Yeah, we were on a trip together. I was driving in a car. Oh. Worried, I don't know if it's in the same car or not. Anyway, we were wound up and we were in a place that we go to a week or two, whatever it was. You know, way down south. Harley. And we go to the hotel where we're going to stay years and years and years. And we get out of the car. Some of the guys who got already gone in. And we got out of the car. And the lady, who turned out to be one of the owners of the hotel, came out. He can't come in. He can't come in. And we didn't believe that there was prejudice that's worse. So, stuff like that makes me emotional. I'll do the actor. You take it.
We were just going down.
One more thing I want to say.
Yeah.
As we got up, we all rallied to whatever. Pat said to the lady, well then I think the other two, or whatever it was, he said, you know, I think I should maybe buy this place sometime, right? It was a cool answer. Anyway, we just stay there.
I had the opportunity to meet some of the greatest Raschke individuals. Individuals that spent their time in school, training, and learning the skill of Raschke. From Raschke is one of the oldest folks here, one of the greatest. And I came up in the streets, and I'm here today to support a friend of mine that I'm just butting in a little bit here. I'm on here, just sitting here for support to a wrestler. These two gentlemen here spent so much time and giving me a trade to them of business that all over the world, you can see it now. It's all over the world that people love. And we understand that time changes, but you never, ever, ever get away from the basics. And the basics is what the individuals make who they are. These individuals here, I consider as two of the best individuals that ever stepped in the ring. And any given day, they ain't the one to fool. Are you understanding what I'm saying? We're talking about life, real life. And we just happen to hook up with entertainment. What do you say?
That's it.
I mean, and we enjoy giving you what you like. That's it. We spend time learning what to do. And I'm just proud to be here and proud to have all y'all in my home. Representing
I love this band. This is energy infectious, folks.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. President, I would love, they should have made you a meteorologist. You can get bad news about the weather. People are like, oh, I can't wait till it rains outside today. But I love that story, Barry, because that shows the brotherhood and solidarity of wrestlers, especially against different cultural circumstances at the time. And I love it too because we just happen to be up here with Mr. Patterson, Mr. Roop, who both are noted for sticking up for the boys throughout their career in wrestling and standing up for the rights of wrestling. So I applaud you guys for that, of course.
I'll get you later.
We have a couple more minutes. Barry, do you want to take a question from the audience, perhaps?
Sure.
Does anyone have anything they want to ask while you have an opportunity?
I want to hear about the match for Go For Your Eyes.
What?
The Go For Your Eyes.
Who wants to hear about the match, the Go For Your Eyes match?
Mad Dog.
Well, Mad Dog is a short guy. I've said that before. I'm a tall guy. He looks as if he's hairy. I'm not quite as hairy as he is.
Not quite.
On his body. Anyway, contrast, the French Canadian, the full German from Omaha. wrestled as a team to the end of our career. And this is part of my story. Oh, well, we go to Shikutsuni, Quebec. It's the home of AWA. It's a mining town, way up north of the park, halfway up to the park outside of the city, up to Shikutsuni. And we go there, and we see the wrestling, the top baby faces, people call them. Anyway, the Rouge brothers, Jacques and John, and we go up there, and we start the match, and boom, 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 things happen, and once again, the audience is in a fever. They're just really misunderstanding what God and I were doing. And they were very, very angry at us, to us, whatever. And pretty soon, chairs were thrown in the ring. And the match was over, verdict was done, and as Mad Dog and I were leaving the ring, we got our hands raised. We were in the ring. There was a riot, and they were coming after us. And Mad Dog had been in this situation many times. It was an old experience guy. And as the crowd got closer and closer, he got trying to hit us and hit us, pull us down. He said, "Don't go down, Anyway, we beat that idea down. So I wasn't going to let anybody knock him down, but he said, "Go for the rise, go for the rise." And I said, I didn't say it, I just didn't do it. But it didn't sound right to me, go for the rise. But he did, and he got off of us. Well, I was a little bit. We made that aggressive. And then the next night, we lived through that. Next night, we crossed we went from Shikutsuni to Raschke on the other side of the Hudson River. There's a car on there and go across. Anyway, Raschke, once again, we had our match, everything was going great, and then they got all upset again. They got upset again just because we won, fair and square. And they got upset. And here they come, and here I said, "Go for their eyes, go for their eyes." Well, all of a sudden, the chairs started flying in the ring. So, I think I got myself in the spokes. My partner that night was Hans Schmidt, who didn't know either. So, anyway, it works with it. They kept throwing these chairs at me. Whoever my partner was at, it wasn't either the dog or the dog was responsible for something. Anyway, Schmidt said, "Pick up the chairs and put it over your head. Boom, bang, bang, boom, bang." Anyway, we were fighting our way out of it. And after it was all over, Reasons sort of way we went. But looking back in the ring as we were leaving, we saw these piles of chairs look like a pyramid. About a 10-foot high pyramid of all chairs. So that was it. I got my stories of Bruce. Raschke, who was also a Montreal veteran. It was my partner that night. But it was the same two people on the other side. Anyway, that's just a story. Right, go for it.
Thanks for the advice, man. Using a chair to protect my head, so I'll try to remember that one in the future. So, hey, I want to thank you all for joining us here. Let's hear it for these three individuals. And let's hear it for Heidi.
We love you guys.
I'm here to say love. So, coming up right after this, we're going to transition over to JBL and Jerry Briscoe.